Do you know what's so cool about just letting the message be the message? Let the message be the message. It means you don't have to think about whether or not you're going to say the right thing. I mean, I don't know about you, but I really don't want to have to do a kind of a business or a kind of a life or a kind of a reality where I have to think about whether or not I'm going to say the right thing. Do you know what I mean? Imagine you were trying to do that in like a dating scenario. The horror. The horror. Imagine you were trying to do it in a business scenario. The horror, I tell you. The horror. So hi, hello, what's up? How are you doing? Where are you watching from? My name is Kat, Katrina Ruth. If you're not familiar, you soon will be. I was all like, should I go into a small bio? No, I really can't be bothered. It will come out as it's meant to come out. Guess what? Guess what? I'm excited about this. You better be excited about this. I am doing a new thing. It is a fiery thing. This is one of those situations of you got to go into the fire because you know you're meant to become the fire. Am I talking to somebody with that? Is that for you? You got to go into the fire because you know you got to become the fire. Who is that actually for? I nearly put that as a live stream title. Maybe that'll be for a blog or something tomorrow. But I've been thinking about why I'm so excited for my new course, which, as you might be aware, because one assumes that you're just like studiously observing, watching and poring over all of my content all the time, you might be aware that I have a brand new course. I said I wasn't going to do any new courses for a while. Everyone who knows me and has been in my space for years probably just, I don't know, if you would hang out with one another, put bets on that situation. But I had a good old chuckle because I say this stuff periodically and then I just keep on keeping on without any regard for what I said before, because I'm a creator, baby. Creators have got to create. It's like breathing. It's like disgusting to not let it out because it just builds up inside of you and then it just starts seeping out of your pores and stuff. It's smelly. It just affects everything. So my suggestion is that if you know you're meant to write, then by all means write. If you know you're meant to speak, then by all means speak. If you know you're meant to create and pour forth a thing, then by all means create and pour forth a thing. Possibly don't wave your hands around madly while holding a laptop, chickadee. Look at that. How good is that? Is that not the best thing you've ever seen in your life? The best. I swear my branding only gets better and better. Fine wine, baby. Everything about me is just fine wine. It is what it is. It is what God says it is. Nothing you can do about that. Every day shines brighter. Every day shines brighter from like the morning sun. Proverbs. I think it's in Proverbs 18. Probably verse 4. Let's have a look. Proverbs 18 verse 4. No, we got that totally wrong. Totally wrong. But it's somewhere in Proverbs. Every morning you just shine brighter and you get better. Every morning is better in God. That's what I was getting at. It's definitely scripture. So show up, shape up, shift up. I said I'm not going to do a new course. I'm going to tell you about this course. This is a video where I'm telling you about the course. Prepare to be sold to. Prepare to be excited to throw your credit card at me. Prepare to be just jazzed and psyched and overflowing with va-va-va-voom vibe about the fact that there is a fire within you that needs to come out. Now, you're welcome to not join the course. In fact, there's some key reasons why I would suggest that you definitely don't join the course. We may or may not get to them, but it definitely is one of those things where, like, please do not come in unless you are that kind of person that likes to be held to the fire. But whether or not you join the course, there's some things that need to be said to you today. And it is a conversation about the fact that some of us came here to walk so far into the fire, whatever that may mean for you, that you become the fire, that you are lit on fire, that there is a fire and a flow and a gold and an outpouring and just a river that torrents forth from you. Why? Not because it's about you. If you're thinking that, definitely not. Because it's about you saying yes to the things that are a yes within you, which is to say, it is about you simply opening your mouth, whatever other part of you needs opening, to let forth the things that are trying to get out, that are being impressed upon you, that are being shown to you, and that you know you're here to do. And so I am speaking to my messengers, my leaders, obviously the revolutionary waymakers who all, eventually somehow magnetize their way into my space like little particles just joining together wherever they're meant to go. We find one another. It is how it is, isn't it? And I'm speaking obviously to that particular type of messenger, creator, leader, human, who unapologetically if they're honest about it, you may or may not be being honest with yourself right now, who unapologetically, if they're honest about it, knows that they simply want to play the all-out game in every capacity. Now, show up, shift up, shape up, which I keep saying backwards because it's actually show up, shape up, shift up. So at thekatrinaruthshow.com/show up, shape up, shift up. Link in bio. Or on my story. No, it's not even on my stories. Link in bio. Link in bio. It actually is a course where one element of it is around the physical side. I didn't say shape up just for the fun of it. You know what? Hot, switched on, vibing physically should be non-negotiable for entrepreneurs. Before everyone starts throwing donuts at me, which I'll happily accept, can we just take a moment and recall that hot is an energy? I'm not talking about anyone's particular aesthetics. Kira knows what I'm talking about though, because let's not pretend that the aesthetics are not relevant, and there should be a natural byproduct and an outcome of the fact that you take care of yourself in a certain way. Actually, what I'm talking about here though is the fact that in order to operate as the high performance human who you are, then there is a certain way of being, a certain way of showing up that should rightly be playing out across multiple areas of your life. This is just a fact. So this is about showing up for your message. This is about showing up for your purpose work. This is about showing up for your art. This is about showing up for the things that are inside of you. This is about showing up for the gifts that you've been given. This is about showing up with the responsibility that you know you have to express what is meant to be expressed, because it's not about you and somebody was meant to receive that. And also though, by the way, the bit that is about you is the fact that you can breathe fully. It feels right. There is a rightness within you when you're pressing play on what you're meant to press play on. Showing up is also about just acknowledging that nobody here, like maybe some people that are some other circle on, you know, the gram or wherever, but nobody here came here to just like what, make money, build a business? What even is that? Who cares? We came here to walk a life that is purposeful. We're purpose-driven creatures, you and I. We're high-level creators. We don't fit the mold. We're not going to get down in the box and lie down and put the roof on top of it, even if every other entrepreneur or 7-8 figure whatever is doing it. Because some of us have become that multi-8 figure entrepreneur by completely ignoring all of that. And some of us, whether or not we're at that point yet, just know and have a deep knowing inside of us that there is a way to just walk on forward, flow on forward, fly on forward, walk repeatedly into the fire that you're meant to be in that day, whatever that means to you, and just leave behind you or around you or all amongst the place as you go, whatever it was that was meant to pour forth for people. This is creative flow. You know, I used to think that in order to go to whatever next level I thought I needed to get to as an entrepreneur, I spent so many years thinking I need to be more organized, you know, I need to settle down, I need to be more organized, I need to pick my one core thing and then sell it over and over again. And I let areas of my life fall by the wayside a little bit because I was so just exhausted and stressed and intent, like I had good intent as well, you know, driven, probably excessively driven, but I was so focused on trying to get business to a certain place. Here's a reality that's just not talked about enough in the entrepreneur space. It's really so not about the money. It's really so not about the money. And also, if you're the kind of a person who knows that they're meant to play a big game, and yes, that does include impacting and making beyond millions. So hang on, how is it not about the money if it's about the money? That just follows that you're doing the thing. It's a byproduct, yeah? But when you're that kind of person where you have that high level drive and need and desire and it's aligned for you to just create and pour forth, I would bet my bottom dollar, it's a weird expression. What does bottom dollar mean? Last dollar? Is that what it means? It just gives me a visual of like a stack of dollar coins and it's the one at the bottom and you're going to like tablecloth it out like a Jenga game or something. But I would bet my bottom dollar that if you're honest about it, you think you should be playing the all-out game physically, financially, in your energy, in your mental well-being, in your enjoyment, your joy, in your relationships, all kinds of relationships, personal ones, professional ones, friend ones, romantic one, whatever it is, right? If you're honest about it, the reality is that you don't think that business or money or being seen or known or even being of service to people should come at the cost of you playing exactly where you're meant to play it in every area of your life. In other words, some of us have always just known that we should go straight to the top and simply live our lives there. And that's not a comparison to anybody else. It's not about being, like better or not better. It's just a fact of the matter that we understand that these things are available, and that just like there's been a deep knowing inside of you since as long as you can most likely remember, to know that you did come here to make an impact beyond millions of dollars and people, you also have an awareness that there is a way to be in phenomenal shape, to have phenomenal energy, to feel amazing inside and out, to have an incredible purpose-driven spiritual life, to know God's plan for you and to walk in that, to have amazing aligned friendships. You have that knowing planted in you. In the same way that eternity is planted in you, there are just things that are planted in us where we actually have an understanding. It's a code that God has put in our spirit that says these things are how it's meant to be. It's not actually right to be squishing down, compromising, shoving into some kind of box, whatever the current, thing is, whatever the current way of operating is in your, your niche perhaps, the industry that you move in, your friendship circle, God forbid, maybe even in your church, whatever the rules are. Oh, you've got to be like this, act like this, stay exactly here. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Let's all lemming off the cliff together. No, God's planted something within you that says, hey, it's not meant to be that actually. Actually, it's not. And do you know what it is? It's a simple matter of setting your eyes where they're meant to be set. Setting your eyes on God, setting your eyes on truth, setting your eyes on a wisdom and a discernment and a knowing that did not come from whatever the current medium is of your Instagram feed. Or popped into a blender and then you look at what came out of it. Oh, that sounds good. Let me go live my life like that. So showing up, shifting up. I keep saying it wrong. We're going to do this for the whole course. Show up, shape up, shift up, which if you're just joining is the name of my new 10-week mentorship, which I'm not even calling a course. I guess I'm just being a bit fancy with that. It's a course, but it's a mentorship. It's different. It is different. There's something different about this one. Vibes. Show up, shape up, shift up. This 10-week mentorship is a little bit different because I am going to come in guns blazing. Now, the cool thing is that whether or not you want to join this mentorship with me, and if you do, then I suggest that you buckle up and just accept the fact that you're going to be in the freaking fire, because there's not another way that I know how to play. And this is that plus more. But if you're not joining, that's fine. You can follow along. We're going to be doing a lot of vibey live streams throughout this next couple of weeks leading into this, and just bringing the fun and the flow. Actually, in one of my prayer times earlier this week, God kept saying to me, I just kept hearing over and over again, do what you would not usually do, Kat. Do what you would not usually do. And I was like, do what I would not usually do. What would I not usually do? What would I do? And then I started getting all confused in my head. But then the next thing that followed that, I was thinking, what do I not usually do? Or what would I not do right now? And I realized that what I had been doing was probably trying, if I'm honest, to look through a lens of how do I make sure that I'm like properly spiritual and righteous and that sort of stuff, right? And there were good intentions behind that, but I think what happened in little bits off and on was there was a little bit of just kind of like a disconnect from some of the natural gifts and characteristics that God has given me. Can anyone relate to this? Because I feel like sometimes when we, have a desire and intention to go into deeper intimacy with God, or it could be deeper connectedness to in one of your key relationships, or it could be, deeper connectedness to the true message that you're meant to share in your business. Maybe you have an intention to really just elevate the quality of your work. Maybe you just really have such a desire and a heart for your clients to get incredible results. And so what we do is we start thinking, oh, how can I improve, and how can I be better, and how can I be the best, and how can I be exactly what I'm meant to be? And for me, it might be different for you, but for me, what I tend to do when I go down these paths of like self-improvement, let's call it, which is a whole thing, then I'll start to kind of like very gradually, and some people might not agree because I guess in general I'm pretty out there and random, but I will notice that I'm just dimming down a tiny little bit. And what I'm doing is something that I actually teach and preach on quite a lot, which is I'm trying to be more proper. I'm thinking about how to be more proper. I'm considering how to be more proper. And it's hilarious because one of the key things that I've said to you, to anyone who's been in my space through business over the last nearly 2 decades of marketing online and creating literally hundreds of courses and doing all the things that I've done in this epic journey, is I've repeatedly said you need to unapologetically be you, ignore the rules of so-called marketing or whatever else, and you must just let the message out, yeah? And whatever you would say normally in private to your partner or your bestie or your mentor or whoever, that's the exact thing that the world should be hearing from you. Like whatever the thing is that's going to be a little bit controversial, a little bit spiky, a little bit in people's faces, a little bit too extra, a little bit, does she think this or this about herself? That is the thing. If it's true to you being you, that should be coming out. FYI, this does not mean like try to be polarizing or try to be anything, because anyone can smell that and it's not a good smell. So it's just about being you. The same you that you'd be behind the scene with your besties at a dinner party where you are just, on fire with the flow of being you. We should be seeing that. If your business is anything to do with the personal brand messaging and or what it is that you're creating or sharing into the world, in any way reflects something that is coming through you. Even if it's a physical product, a tangible product, I believe that this gets to be the case. The vibe of you being you comes out, yeah? If I was producing my own glassware, I'd be producing vibey, bright coloured glassware, just like the ones that I didn't produce, because these are some French hand-blown glasses that I procured. Procured is the best word for it. I wouldn't say purchased, I would say procured. So, I have this thing that I do without even noticing, because why would I do it if I noticed it, of when I'm seeking to make sure that I'm doing my very bestest job and I really want to align to a next level, I will start to just become a little bit more proper. So, it was kind of funny to me, but it made sense when God was saying, do what you would not usually do. And I was like, it was like a tongue twister in my head. And I was thinking, what would I usually do? Maybe I wouldn't do that, because I just like continually go against what I thought that I was going to do. And that's how I find my way. And I was thinking about it. And then the next thing that I heard that I was writing down, because I was journaling questions, like prophetic journaling with the Holy Spirit. And the next thing that I heard that came through was, just go and have fun, like go and have fun and flow and play. And I was like, okay, I'm over here making sure that I'm doing, the best, most tapped in Holy Spirit led content that I'm anointed or appointed both to do. And just, really seeking to ensure that it's coming from God and not me, et cetera, et cetera. And God's over there saying, just go have fun. Just go and have fun. So I just kind of let that seed be planted. I said yes, but I didn't, think about it or anything like that. A couple of days later, I was in a massage, and my amazing massage lady Mel was saying to me, the thing that you do, Kat, is you're such a fire starter, and you've just got to like connect into that, something about the fire. And as I lay there and I fell asleep, as you do, even though it was a brutal massage, it's the only way I like to do it. But I fell asleep and I woke up and I just went, show up, shape up, shift up. Like literally came out of my massage, supernatural, sleep prayer vortex. Because I always pray when I'm having a massage. Or I write if it's like a foot massage, which I had today. I live a massage life, what can I say? I do a lot of sports, a lot of activity. So usually though, if I'm on the actual table, I'll pray. And then I pray and then I just kind of like daydream, and then I'll like fall asleep, and meanwhile, just things are being shed off my body and stripped off, because we've got to go in there like that. And then I'll just come out with downloads. You can go into any like period of time, whether it's going to bed at night or going into an exercise class, going into massage, going on a walk, and just have that thing that you plant in with God, and just have a surrendered, like a yielded expectancy, or knowing that, well, God is going to answer you. God does answer prayers, obviously not always the way we thought or wanted, but just that surrendered knowing that God does have things to say to you, and he's going to say them to you, and he has only good plans for you, and he's going to share great ideas with you for your business or for anything, really. Just a reminder. So I didn't lay down thinking, I want a new program. I had literally said I'm not going to do another live program. I said that last week. And then I was dutifully, promoting my home study course. No live programs, I said. I already got enough going on. I forgot who I was for just a minute. It's like breathing to create for some of us. It actually slows us down to not do it. Am I right? You can admit it. It's an energy source. So then I wake up like, bing, half asleep still though, in vortexy dreamland. Show up, shape up, shift up. I was like, shape up? What, are we doing fitness here? It was yesteryear. Haven't done anything body related in a while. I throw it out now and again. A couple of years ago, I did a course called Sexy, Lean and Curvy AF. I wouldn't title it that way anymore, because that was when I was in my including God in my plan era, rather than knowing God has a plan for me and putting him rightly at the center. But actually, I'm going to give you that course as one of the free bonuses with Show Up, Shape Up, Shift Up. I'm also going to give you my $999 course, Content Queen Sales Secrets Revealed, which is phenomenal and was a straight download of absolute fire that came through when I was running a retreat in the Hollywood Hills start of 2020 before the madness, and 7 women and I were in this amazing producer mansion up in the Hollywood Hills for 4 nights together. It was one of my in-person things that I did. It was incredible, and you came and lived with me in the house for a few days. And then I just had this download while I was there to create a program where I teach how I prolifically produce so much content, and it's just so easy, and it's just such a flow, and it's a natural, expression of being you, and how that had made me tens of millions of dollars in the online space. And so I created Content Queen Sales Secrets Revealed. I pre-sold it, and it sold like hundreds of copies straight away. So that's a $999 course. That's going to be one of your free bonuses with Show Up, Shape Up, and Shift Up. Now I will mention, and I'm not trying to say anything in order here, and I'm not trying to do like a whole, go through this sales page or anything with you, because you can go read it, and I certainly suggest you do. It's at thekatrinaruthshow.com/show up, shape up, shift up. As with all my pages, this page is going to speak to you. It is going to punch you straight through the core of you, just the way you know you like and need it. It's going to wake you up. It's going to shake you. And if you're supposed to join, you'll know, and then you're supposed to join. And also, I think there are just a couple spots left in the top 10, because I only low-key launched this yesterday on a live stream. I don't know, it might be sold out now, but I would just jump in. There might be 1 or 2 left. I haven't actually looked at the numbers since this morning, so there's tons of bonuses though. So there's extra bonuses that are not added on the page yet as well, which I just said them, but they'll be added on tomorrow. This is how I build my pages. You guys, make business easy. Just chill on it. I literally throw the page out there, the download that comes through, and then I start telling people about it as and when I feel like it. And then day by day, I'm like, oh, we'll add this, let me improve that. So I'm like creating the page while I'm already using the page, And somebody out there is taking like 45,000 hours and paying someone $50K to follow copywriting rules to write a page that didn't even come from their spirit, their truth, and then they're wondering why they're not magnetic and why they're only selling to people that are just like, ooh, now I have to deal with those people, and then they have a refund situation going on. I mean, this is the thing, right? I haven't been blessed to have a business that has produced tens of millions of dollars because I sat down and dutifully ticked off stuff. I wouldn't have lasted. I've been doing this nearly 2 decades online now. You can't last. You can't do that unless you're completely tapped out of reality, like completely disconnected from who you are. This is the only way you would last for 2 decades, and your whole life would be an absolute mess. So, show up, shape up, shift up. It's not a fitness course. It's about showing up in your business, for your art, for your work, but yeah, for you, for every part of you being you. And there's an energetic alignment thing. There's a supernatural thing. We just do a supernatural thing here. So if anyone thinks that I'm going to be telling them calories or something, that's not what this is. The body part is one element. The body, here are some of the elements. The body, the vibe, the art, the space and the time, the rules, the ones that are relevant to you, the tapped in and no longer doing a thing approach, the then she just ran the thing box office sellout. Those are the module titles. Do you like it? So. Have I said anything of use? Have I said anything of import? Have I said anything of value? Have I met the parameters of a sales video? Definitely not. But I hope that I've spoken some sort of truth into your heart today, into your knowing, into your remembrance actually, because that's what it is. It's a remembrance. And if you would like to know more about the things that I do, you can follow me. You can put me on See First. It's recommended. Just, clear some space in your calendar to read my content because it comes at you. I do send out a daily blog, like a daily free email newsletter. It's a download, it's a rant, plus extra things just for my newsletter peeps. So if you're on socials only, you're only getting, the tip of the iceberg, and maybe that's all you really want because it's enough. But maybe you want my letters, you can go to thekatrinaruthshow.com/letters from Kat and make sure you're not missing anything, and you're going to get those downloads, those full outpourings, just all the things. So today's blog, for example, was called quelling, something about quelling. I don't even remember because I create so much. It just pours out. Like I said, quelling your natural flow. Quelling your natural flow. Stop quelling your natural flow. It was something like that. But these things go out on email. Oh, you're quelling your natural flow and it does not look good on you. That was today's blog. There it is. You're quelling your natural flow and it does not look good on you. Go read it. And what else? The course. This is a 10-week mentorship. It is a live mentorship. It will be run in a completely different way to anything you used to or expect. It is quite intimate with me. Watch out. You won't be wriggling out of things. This is for you if you really just ready, you're done. Like you're just done. You're done with all the nonsense and you're ready to show up fully for the work that you came here to do. But where this one is quite different from the get-go, and this is just one way in which is different, is this is showing up fully for the you who you're here to be, but in all areas. We're not segmenting out business, money, whatever. This is about the whole package, babe. Like the whole freaking package. Yeah? So show up, shape up, which is a bit of a play there because it is about the body stuff, but it's the mind, the energy, the focus, the connectedness to purpose. And all of it is a supernatural thing. And then shift up, well, you know what that is. Boom, straight away, that's an activation. That's a thing that just gets to happen when you start saying yes to the things that are a yes. That's all. Leave me a comment. If you have a question, then send it to me. My IG door is always open. Do not forget, life is now. Press, freaking play, and go to thekatrinaruthshow.com/show up, shift up, shape up. Said it backwards again. thekatrinaruthshow.com/show up, shape up, shift up. Should I change it? No, shift up's meant to come at the end. Show up, shape up, shift up. All right, the link's in the bio. Bye.